Ooh, lost treasures, big adventures, big prospects, big twists. The Lost City was directed by Aaron and Adam the Nee brothers, two directors I've never heard of before this film came out, and stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Daniel Radcliffe. And it tells the story of a romance novelist, Loretta, who is kidnapped and taken to the island of the Lost City, where her cover model tries to save her. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking this video and taking the time and effort to do that. This is a film I wasn't quite sure of. It's something that I've not really looked into that much. It's something that I've not really been that enthused to rush out and go see. It's one of those that I've never really been that interested, but then I started looking at the trailer. I think they released like only one trailer, come to think of it. I may be wrong. Correct me if I am. But trailers look decent. And Sandra Bullock is one of those actresses that doesn't really cross my radar. Now, I have seen her in a lot of other movies. And I do admit she is a good actress. And I loved her in Speed. You know, both Speed. Second one, not so much, but she was still pretty good. The Net, Gravity, and so on. She's a great nominee actress. I have nothing against her. She's just one of those that doesn't appear on my radar. When I saw the trailer for this, I was a little optimistic at first, but then I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, okay, colored me interested. The story was a little, yeah, but we'll talk about that later. Was this an actual decent enough film? Was this one that I actually praised? Was this in my train station, or I should say on my island? Let's find out. Let's delve into the positives of The Lost City. And it goes without saying, Bullock and Tatum nailed it. Their chemistry was so good. They fed off each other really well. And it's where the comedy for me really shined. The comedy for me really shined every time when those two was on the screen. I was most entertained when they showed up. Comedy just flowed through them like a water fountain. Literally a water fountain. There is some action scenes, which I'll get into here in a minute, but the comedy really worked. It was really funny, especially the scene, which we've all seen this in the trailer, the leech scene, where Bullock is picking those leeches off of Channing Tatum's back. That was pretty much gold. That almost fell out of my chair whenever that happened.
I can feel him sucking my soul. River like a bandit. On me. That sound. Feels like there's more.
Holy mother of God.
They're just sucking on my butt like a big old Jamba Juice.
But the comedy, the comedic tone in this film was to die for, especially between them two. Them two, emphasis. And like I said, the action was pretty decent. Though there wasn't that much. Any other given day, I would have given this movie a lower rating for this alone because there wasn't that much action, but the comedy saved it for me. It was actual good comedy. I actually laughed a lot, and that's what saved it for me. Otherwise, I would have been like, give me more action. But the comedy saved it for me. It redeemed itself for that alone. But yeah, you get some cool chase scenes and some explosions. Like I said, not much, but it worked because of the comedic tone. And we get a great villain in Daniel Radcliffe. Now, I have not seen this guy since Harry Potter. I'll always think of him as Harry Potter. I'm not that big of a fan of those films either. I'll always see this guy as Harry Potter. He's one of those actors, like Bullock, that doesn't really hit my radar. Unlike Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe, no offense to the guy, I mean, he did great in this film, but he's one of those actors that doesn't really pop up at all. I may have seen him in a couple of Redbox films, but other than that, that's about it. Other than Harry Potter, this is the first film I've seen where he actually plays another lead character. The villain is the most crucial part, is just as good as the heroes. Harry Potter is one thing, yeah, he was the lead character in that. But in this, he played a really good villain, though he was a little squirmish. He was a little kind of weaselish. And this is still in the positive range, but he did kind of get a couple chuckles out of me because of that. Like I said, he's one of those actors that hardly ever pops up. But this is the first film I've seen from him that was actually big since Harry Potter. I may be wrong, correct me if I am, but I never seen any. And like I said, this is the first film that I've noticed that he came out with where he's one of the leading roles. And again, he did an excellent job. He was one of those villains that I was kind of rooting for. He does give like a little bit of an awkward spin to it. But again, it's not a false. I'm still in the positive range. He still gave it his all. This is just one of the first films I've known him to play a villain. Now, you guys may know more movies that he probably played similar. I wouldn't know. But he played a pretty good villain in this. He was still great. And we get a Brad Pitt cameo. Now, I've seen a lot of this guy's films. He's pretty cool. And the way he played like kind of a cameo, but he's in it more than what the trailer made you think. The trailers, to me, kind of made me think that he was in like one scene, but he's actually in several. He's not in it much, but he was pretty cool.
Loretta Sage, getting you out of here.
Why are you so handsome?
My dad was a weatherman.
He made a pretty cool addition. Now, before I get into the next segment, I do admit the adventure side of this film was actually pretty good. You know, going in this island and just surrounded by nothing but forests and danger at every corner. I did like that aspect. I do admit I did find that enjoyable, which is a part of the entertaining part of this film. So I did have a lot of fun with The Lost City. But unfortunately, my original predictions, I wasn't wrong. So let's dive into the negatives. And unfortunately, I brushed through this earlier, the story. There wasn't much there. It felt like the story was pieced together in such a rush that there was hardly, not really that much of a point. They say a little bit of it at the end. They go out on this island thinking they're, digging for something when it actually turns out to be something else. The way it executes, I mean, you guys might have gotten more out of it than I did, but I just didn't get much into it. The story just felt rushed. It felt a little bland. I didn't get much out of it. That's just me. I didn't get much out of it. It just felt too rushed. It just didn't feel like there was much there. And last but not least, some of the side characters, well, damn near all the side characters, it just felt too throwaway. And which is a shame because Bullock's friend's character in this, played by Divine Joy Randolph, I really wanted to get into this character. Now, this is another actress I've never really seen, but the way she was playing her character off, she was trying. I could tell she was really trying. She was trying to be funny, and I could see so much great potential in this character. But no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get into it. Not to mention the other side characters. All of them just felt like a waste. They felt like they didn't really put no effort into them at all. And it made me like go back to another one of my Calvin cuts, to where I could just edit all the side characters out. It'd be a much shorter movie, but just focus on Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock's character, because that's where the movie really shined for me. But all the other characters, just nope. I just felt like I was digging through trash trying to find something there, but I just couldn't. Is this a great film? Nah. Is this entertaining? Hell yeah. I mean, this is definitely something you can bring the whole family to, or your friends, and just turn your brain off and have a good time. Plain and simple. If you're a Sandra Bullock or Channing Tatum fan and expect some great chemistry and laughs, you'll be pleased. Just temper your expectations a bit with side characters and plot and go on the fence. So, The Lost City, have you seen it yet? What was your thoughts on it? Was this your favorite Sandra Bullock or Channing Tatum film? Whichever fans of you are the most. Did you like the chemistry between these two characters? Did you find the action at all entertaining? Did you find this entertaining at all? Or was this not for you? Was this not your cup of tea? Leave me your comments down below and give me your thoughts. Thank you so much, guys, once again for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. The big four, as always. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.